afternoon, 1:35 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the East Coast in the United States of America. I'm XRP Future Millionaire, and we have a lot of stuff to discuss right now. We've got to talk about this Bitcoin test major technical support at 39,684. It'd be a nice little, I like Sally Ho's technical analysis. And then something we broke about last week is actually happening and playing out now. XRP lawsuit. SEC tries to shut down Ripple's fair notice. Hogan explains burden is on them. This is some breaking news at 10:01 a.m. UTC time. We talked about this last week, so we knew this was coming, so we'll get into that. And we're going to look over the Twitter sphere because we have some great memes from UB2B. But first, let's give you a chance to hit that like button. You guys have been doing phenomenal at hitting that like button. Play the intro. Also consider joining Tom's Army. Get some exclusive. Get into the exclusive Telegram. You need to get in there. First thing I want to show out, though, is what IQ shared me. So my daughter says you have some Bitcoin. Yes, sir, but I hold mainly XRP. Don't pull out tonight. Thought that was pretty funny, but if you want to join the Telegram, we've got a lot of stuff going on now. So there's a lot of stuff going on. So if you guys want to be part of the whole Twitter, and John, no, I don't. I'll actually, when we do talk, I can call you right on Telegram. So I can just call you right through there. But yeah, so there's a lot of stuff going on. So let me play the intro so you guys can hit that like button. Okay, so welcome back. First thing I want to do is I want to talk about the Bitcoin test major technical support at 39,684. So Sally Ho's technical analysis, January 11, 2022. Bitcoin continued to endure weak technical sentiment. And I like reading this technical analysis because it's from the abroad and Asian market. So this is from the perspective from across the world as well. Early in today's Asian session, as the pair eyed a significant amount of upside technical resistance related to selling pressure that emerged around 52.1, 48.574.70, 47.532. Traders pushed Bitcoin as low as the 39,650 level, its weakest point since September, and a test of key technical support that represents the 50% retracement of the appreciating range from 38,580 to 61,788. Following Bitcoin's peak around the 52,100 level in late December, a series of lower highs and lower lows has led to a significant reduction in risk tolerance. Stops were recently elected below a series of downside price objectives, including 46,219, 45,864, 45,807, 44,655, and these were all support levels that were broken. 44,763, 43,863, 43,2, 43,1, 42,544, 42,497, 41,919, 41,583. If Bitcoin extends its recent depreciation, additional downside prices objectives include, and jot these down, we've already broke the 40,000, so 39,514 was the first that held. Then we got 38,832, 38,602, 37,782, 37,593, 37,426, 37,119, and 35,626. Traders are observing that the 50-bar moving average 4-hourly is bearishly indicating below the 100-bar moving average 4-hourly and below the 200-bar moving average 4-hourly. Also, the 50-bar moving average hourly is bearishly indicating below the 100-bar moving average hourly and below the 200-bar moving average hourly. Price activity is near 50-bar moving average 4-hourly at 44,318 and the 50-bar moving average hourly at 41,793. And that seems to be what we're being rejected on, the 50-bar on the hourly, which is very, very bearish. We can't even get back above the lowest of moving averages right now. Technical support is expected around 39,514, 38,670, and 35,734, with stops expected below. Technical resistance, if we can break above 53, 55, and 55,526, you'd expect to stop above. But as you can see, we're treading already to 39,500. which should lead us down to about 38,670 is my expectation, and then we could have a drop as low as 32. And if we break that, all hell's going to break loose. On 4-hourly chart, slow K is bearishly below slow D, while MACD is bullishly above MACD average. On 60-minute chart, slow K is bearishly below MACD, while MACD is bearishly below MACD averages. So that is not looking good. A quick look at the market. Bitcoin came up and got rejected by 41,000. I believe this is just going to be another bearish continuation to the downside. You always look at what we could do. And yeah, you could do this and pour out. But like I said yesterday, I wasn't anticipating it. The volume is very low. The only time we get big spikes of volume, as you can see, sell. Sell. When we were rising, that's the volume. There's no volume. We have no institutional buys right now. So we have 40,575 support. Right below that, 39,590, which we've already used. Prove that we will come down below 40,575 with no problem. Another 1,000 drop below that. I think we're working on 38,056. So we're going to see what happens. And I also think what's going on here now, and I think we can be progressive here. We're being squeezed now, guys. And now we can start to say, okay, we formed this. We formed a squeeze pattern that can get us down to 38,000. So what we're going to do is in a squeeze pattern, I like to do something like this. So here's that 40,000. And what we're going to do, and I'm going to show you guys what I like to do, because I'm starting to expand the way I put out technical analysis. I like to have a squeeze box like this. Here's your squeeze box. It should be parallel to where this moves in. And then that's our trading box. If we don't break out of that's what you're going to see. You're going to see now we got squeezed in between this. So now would this be a barrier? And then we can get back up in there and come up? Or would this be an extension? And actually, we would pull this back and say, okay, we're getting squeezed in here. Now, when this comes down, and watch. When this comes down, could we possibly get squeezed down here, right? Make an immediate move in the squeezed box, back up here and retest this area, and then have an immediate breakdown to confirm. And I'm not saying we're even going to hold here, but could that be how we confirm this hold? And then we would essentially create a reversal at the bottom here at about 38,000. And then could that be how we break out of this? Or is that how we get a further rejection point? It's all going to depend how we react. Could that be something we're looking at? It might be. But I think we're squeezed right now, so we don't even need to do and be like, oh, we're going to make, we're going to do some predictions here. I think the easiest thing to do right here, let me get rid of some of this stuff. I think the easiest thing we can do, we know we're coming down through. That's our nice channel. It's tight. I think the best thing we can do for Bitcoin is we're getting squeezed. We know that. So we come out from here. We come out to here. And then we come back through our support. I think that's what kind of box we're trading in right now. So does that squeeze us into this area after? It very well could, but I think that's going to be our uptrending resistance that we're going to have to break through now. I think that's what we're trying to confirm here. And we can even start to confirm a little more of a downtrend narrative that could push us into here. That's what I'm saying. I think we're trading between that downtrending resistance, downtrending support, this very tight box now. And I think this will start to cap any upside, and we'll start to trade like this until we finally get here. But that doesn't mean that we come up here and then we just don't slash into here and then try to do a quick reversal. That's something that I have my eye on. But with this continuation now, 38,056 is in play. If we break down through this channel and you see us in here and then we start trading down here and then we come back up, we could be coming down into here at 32,000. So we need to watch very closely. XRP, it's the same thing. We're squeezed like that. That's what I drew for. It's kind of like an inside-out triangle for XRP. It's a little different than Bitcoin. But I think we've just gotten squeezed into a box, and it's going to become a widening, more volatile swing until we get down here, and then it can propel us up. If we're going to bounce off on one of these 2 points. And it leaves room for the 57 or the 52 squeeze and then a bounce back through. If we break through that, and you see us at any time come here and only use this as resistance, you know we're coming farther down to probably at 32 cents, and that would be fantastic if you've seen something like that develop. So that's just a look at those. Get into this, then we'll read that article on XRP, and then I'll let you guys go. No one can lie to you. To be a FUD assassin, I need only master myself. If you know thyself, you be to be. Be on your game. If we go down, then we go down together. Join Tom's army. Guys. So I just want to share that. And then UB2B put out some great clown art today. Or cloud art. I don't know why I said clown. But I thought it was fantastic. So study that. Embrace it. Go check out UB2B on Twitter. There's links in my video description below. One last thing, then you guys, I'll let you go. XRP lawsuit. SEC tries to shut down Ripple's fair notice. Hogan explains burden is on them. A court has recently ruled against a defendant which claimed there was no fair notice for the term dealer, which had less binding authority than investment contract. Attorney Hogan explained this time is different because the burden is on the SEC. The Securities and Exchange Commission has filed a letter of supplemental authority in its support of its motion to strike Ripple's fourth affirmative defense, the fair notice argument. The plaintiff has brought to the court a December 20th, 2021 ruling on a Northern District of Illinois court denying the defendant's motion to dismiss the SEC versus Fife. Now, that is in the stock market, so it is slightly different. That's a penny stock case, but still, the SEC knows no bounds. According to the letter, the Fife defendants contended they did not have fair notice of the SEC's novel interpretation of the statutory term dealer, binding authority on investment contracts since 1946, and we went through this very, very broadening. We made sure everybody in my audience knew about this when it first broke, and most of YouTube followed my lead. The court stood by the SEC as it agreed that for purposes of assessing fair notice and due process, the standard against which the SEC seeks to measure defendants' conduct is the statute itself, the language of which defendants and all others, even arguably involved in securities transactions, painfully have had noticed. The SEC is looking to make the same argument in the SEC versus Ripple. It is for the courts, not the parties, to determine whether particular conduct falls within the scope of the statute. Indeed, the court rejected the defendant's fair notice defense at the motion to dismiss stage, despite acknowledging the lack of binding authority constructing the term dealer in Ripple's case. Binding authority constructing the term investment contract has existed since 1946. Hogan says burden is on the SEC, while Ripple Labs prepares a reply to the SEC's letter. XRP community attorney Jeremy Hogan took to Twitter to offer its analysis on the case, which marginally helps the SEC's position in its motion to strike Ripple's fair notice defense. It was in a very different stage of litigation, and the standard is completely different than the SEC versus Ripple case. He said in the Fife case, the defendant tried to argue fair notice in order to dismiss the lawsuit entirely and failed because the burden is very high on a party moving to strike a pleading. Fife can still raise it as an affirmative defense later, and I expect they will. In the Ripple's case, it's the SEC that is trying to strike the affirmative defense of fair notice, and it has the high burden to meet. The general idea of modern courts is that the decision should be made after looking at the evidence unless there's no plausible way of winning, he explained. So, fascinating stuff indeed. Make sure to hit that like button. Consider joining Tom's Army, $9.99 a month. I thank the 172 members and the 124 members in the Telegram currently.